welcome to Technique Friday with Els. Today I'm going to create a Mother's Day card featuring the new Bloom glitter palette. So this is the card I'm going to create, and I have the Happy Mother's Day in here. And then with the same stencil I'm using here, I also created the little box, the bonbon box, and like a large card, because here you see the full stencil. So let me show you first our beautiful glitter. So I'm using the Bloom set today. So the sets come in a really beautiful box. And then these are the sets we have. So we have the Earth, we have the Beach, and today we have the Bloom. And the colors in the Bloom are the Rose Red, Petal Pink, Lilac, Periwinkle and Crystal Clear. So Crystal Clear means we have the diamonds that have a little bit of gold in there or a little bit of blue tone. The Crystal Clear is crystal clear, as it says. So the background of your cardstock, the color, doesn't work with the glitter. So it just is transparent. So let me put this away. So this is the main die we're using. So this is the Romantic Bouquet from Mode Scrap. Beautiful design from Chiara. And then here we have the word set. So I brought the actually packaging because it's hard to see. So we have 4 different sets. So this is the Happy Holidays, words 3. So it says Happy Holidays, but then you can use Happy Valentine's, Happy Easter, Happy Mother's Day, Happy Father's Day, Happy Thanksgiving, Happy Halloween, or just Halloween of course, or just Thanksgiving, graduation and anniversary. So a very, very versatile set to use. And we have 4 different ones of those. So before I start, I want to tell you how I created the stencil. So I use the tape sheets in this case. So the tape sheets comes with that brown back. And if you take that backing off, you will see here. So one side is shiny, that's the side that's on the tape, so that's non-stick. And the back of the tape is a paper, so that's a regular paper. And that's the side I use now for the stencil. So that paper I use for the stencil. So let me show you and try to explain you well. So normally I make stencils like this from the release sheet. But in this case, that die cuts this. And because this is non-stick on both sides, I cannot tape this together. And I want to close this for this stencil. So in this case, I'm not going to use this one. I created a stencil from the back of the tape. So this is the shiny side. So that's what I'm going to use on my tape in a second. But this is the paper side. And because I wanted to close that gap here, because this is paper, I could actually tape that and close that. So that's what you see here. So this doesn't move anymore. So my glitter is not going to fall in that little crack that you see here on the outside of the die. So that's why I use the backing paper of the tape sheets in this case. Okay, so here I have my glitter tray. Here are the beautiful colors. And today, so we have the Rose Red, Petal Pink, Lilac, Periwinkle and the Crystal Clear. And for today, I'm using the Rose Red and the Crystal Clear one. So what you see here, so I have a piece of the same color of cardstock as my original card. And that's because I'm using that clear. And then this one kind of matches the glitter. So that's why I wanted to show you how beautiful that can be. So I'll take this off. And I'm going to take, let me get this out for a second. I'm going to take my stencil. You see, so this was my stencil. So don't put the paper side down because that will get stuck to your tape. So shiny side. And I'm just going to put it in a corner here. Then I take a bigger piece of the release sheet and press that down. Because of course you need to make sure that it's pressed down well. Because if you don't press down well, the glitter will run underneath and you don't get a really nice pattern. So let's see, and then I always check it kind of, when you lift it up, you can kind of move it around and see, yeah, I think I'm good here. So bring in my filter and then my Rose Red. So I'm just going to sprinkle that here. And again, sometimes I see in class that people are very kind of scared to pour that over. It doesn't matter because you're going to put it back into the jar anyway. So you can be generous with the glitter, it doesn't matter. So just brush it off. And this actually brushes off well because it's paper. So brush it off on the back as well. And of course you can use a Swiffer to clean this, but I want to get as much as possible back into the jar, of course. And now when I put this down here, the Swiffer there will pick up the rest. And then you're going to polish this. You see the beautiful spot. It's really a gorgeous color. All the colors are actually really nice. So polish that, make sure you see it sparkle, because if you don't see it starting to sparkle, you didn't polish well enough. So that's this side, and now I'm going to clean this off using my Swiffer before I take the stencil off. And of course you want to take that stencil off carefully because you want to use it again and again and again. Then I'm going to take this off. So while I take this off, I just kind of wiggle it around a bit to make sure that those centers of the flowers don't tear. See, because those are the, and if it's too delicate, you can use the tweezer to take it off. There we go. I think we're good here. So now I have that side done. Now I need to be careful because I'm going to do the other side, so make sure it's clean. So I'm going to put this in a safe place for a second. Going to make sure my stencil is clean, because that's, as I say often, like that's the most important part when you want to work with your glitter. Because people say, oh, glitter everywhere. Doesn't need to be, as long as you kind of keep it clean. So that's why I have the Swiffer in here. So just clean this off as well. So just the corner here. Take my release sheet again. Make sure to press it down. Should be fine. Check again. I think I'm good. And now I need to be careful because of course you don't want to have any of the colored glitter here, of the rose color. So to be safe, I'm still going to pour it like low here, but to be safe I can put this here that I don't get any glitter on the other side. I'm still trying to stay away from that other release sheet. I can brush it off a bit, because I still need to do the other angle, like the other corner there. So clean this up first. So now polish this side. I'm taking this off. I'm going to take this one off. You see, so this needs to, because that's all sticky, so you need to make sure. And again, do it carefully because I want to use that stencil over and over. And think about this one. This one will be really pretty for a wedding card, like a wedding invitation. If you use the colors of your wedding. We see that a lot at the shows, that people say, oh, I have that color in my wedding. And this will be a beautiful one for that as well, like a tone on tone card. So you see now, so now I'm using the crystal clear. So just, and what I do, I pour it, but I don't brush it off yet. And you see it looks white now. But when I'm going to polish that, so tap it off. And I do the same with that crystal clear as with the diamond. So I tap it off here. So tap, and I can brush this a little bit. Oh, make sure my brush is clean. So I can brush this a little bit. But the rest of where that rose color is, where the rose red is, I'm not going to brush. I'm going to brush that over my trash can because I don't want any contamination in my crystal clear. So now I'm going to, and normally I do this over the trash can, but I just want to show you, see, so you only remove a little bit, but I don't want any contamination in my crystal clear. So that's why I brush it off normally over the trash can, but just for the camera I do it over my Swiffer here. And then we're going to polish. And again, polishing, I make a circular motion. And you see how it starts to change now. So you see that cardstock coming through now. Let me start, I don't know if you see the difference in the camera, but I can clearly see the difference. So polish well, and I love how this looks. So this will be so pretty because a lot of times people ask, oh, do you have a baby pink? And you know, we don't have a baby pink or a baby blue. But with that crystal clear, you take like baby blue cardstock or baby pink cardstock, and you cover it with a tape, and then you do that crystal clear over there. So it's all nice and shiny now. So that's my piece. Let me put my glitter tray away. So now I'm going to put the card together. Oh, and before I do that, I need to make sure, I would forget again. Like I take a little bit of the wider tape because I need to put my ribbon around it. I just do a little piece here and a little piece here. And I'm going to wrap mine because I did the bow separate, so I wrap the ribbon around it first. So I have two pieces of like a thinner ribbon here. Hold it together, and I don't want it to be precise, so just glue it on here, kind of wrap it around, try to kind of make it straight. I think that should be fine, yeah. And then I can do the whole tape around it to put it on the card. Take the card, line it up nice. I think I'm good. And then I'm first going to put my Mother's Day in here. And I didn't put tape on the back of that one, so I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on my hands. Okay. So I'm taking it happy, just dab it in here. And I did bring a ruler that I can glue it on straight. So I just line it up. Happy. There we are. And use my ruler to press it down. So that's it. And then I want to show you the little bonbon box. Oh, I need to put the ribbon on. Don't forget to put the ribbon else. But that's, I need to hold it down for a bit. So what I do, I just take a little bit of that glue. Sometimes I take a wooden stick. And this one, so it's a heavier glue and it dries clear. So, and of course with that ribbon you need to kind of press it down a bit. So I'm going to put it aside. And then, you see, so I need to make sure, so I need to hold it when I will pick this one up. Because that ribbon is already down. Okay, so that's it. And let me show you the little bonbon box as well. So I use the same stencil for that one. And I put a little bow on here. But I just want to show you, because I did the pattern on 2 flaps, you see, of the box. So it's exactly the same pattern. I put the pattern on 2 sides. And then you can just put it together. And you can imagine for Mother's Day, when you make such a beautiful box for your mother and a beautiful card, she will be very happy. And 1 chocolate in there would be enough. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and I've also suggested a couple of videos I think you enjoy. And don't forget to download the free project sheet and subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you next time!